Good morning. We're under an early warning weather alert because of this coastal storm that's doing several things. Of course, the first thing it's doing is it's bringing in the rain that you can see plainly. It's heavy at times here across Connecticut. You see that blob of orange and red right over our state, especially just to the south of Hartford. But it's also drawing in cool air, and that's going to keep it cold. It's really hypothermia weather with the rain and the cold. It's also a strong wind that's pulling in from the northeast, and that will make it very windy today. And finally, with that draw, we're going to see the water rise higher than normal during high tide in the Sound, and that is warranting some concerns for coastal flooding. In fact, there's already a coastal flood warning for New Haven and Fairfield counties, and that's from noon until 3. That's because the piling of the water will especially be so in western parts of the Sound, and it's there during high tide, which, by the way, is during the early afternoon, that we could have some flooding where we have the waters going over 2 feet above normal high tide. You add in waves that could be 3 feet or higher on top of that, and that could lead to, in some cases, some more significant flooding, especially those areas that face east. So that's a big concern today, especially during the early afternoon. Let's go full screen. There was a flash flood watch. It looks like that has since been dropped. I think one of the reasons being is because we're expecting slightly less water to fall from the sky. Before, we were thinking we would see an upwards of 1 to 2 inches of rain, and the models have been consistently now backing off on that, maybe saying a ½ inch to 1.5 inches of rain. We could see some issues of flooding where we have some of the leaves covering drains and things like that. But we don't see anything caused by rain anyway that would be anything of huge significance. It's really the coastal flooding that we're most concerned about in that regard. But it is going to be wet, and it's going to be cold, and as I said before, this is hypothermia weather because it's windy, it's cold, and it's wet all at the same time. And so if you don't cover yourself up and keep yourself warm, boy, your body temperature can go down fast. Here you go through noon and into the afternoon, how we do have just wet weather continuing. This is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon with Futurecast. You see some lightning of the rain. It becomes more spotty, closer to 5, 6, but it doesn't let up completely. And in fact, as the evening goes on, if you're going out tonight for a late night on a Saturday, it's still going to be wet. You want to make sure your outfit carries with it some form of rain-shedding gear, because you can see even at midnight and beyond, we still have that going on. A few areas of wind advisories along the shoreline and the high hills of northwestern Connecticut. Gusts are going to be high. Out of the northeast, you can see sustained wind is up to 20 miles an hour, and our windcast does have sometimes those winds exceeding 40 miles an hour, the gusts anyway. One example is Tolland, and along the shoreline too, especially because there's less friction there. And for those reasons, we could even have some isolated power outages as a result of some of that wind with the rain. So, a lot going on today, and it's cold. Temperatures today will only make it into the 40s to near 50 inland, low 50s along the shoreline with rain and wind. The rain becomes more showery tonight with temperatures on either side of 40 degrees. Then in your early warning 7-day forecast, the good news is tomorrow. The rain showers will taper off during the morning, and then we're left with just a variably cloudy sky. I think we will start to see some more sun shining here as we head in towards the afternoon hours on Sunday, so that'll be good. But overall, it is not going to be that bad of a day on Sunday. It's certainly going to be better than today. And then as we look ahead towards Monday, that's our next shot for rain. We will see temperatures running in the 50s with a period of rain, I think especially during the late morning and early afternoon. I think that's the timing on that right now. And once that swings through, that leads to a really nice Tuesday with highs in the 50s. We'll see partly sunny skies on Tuesday. And then Halloween, we might have some showers in the morning, but the afternoon should be dry, and so should the evening when trick-or-treating happens. Thursday, the afternoon might bring some showers, and Friday, look at that, temperature spiking to the 60s with a few more showers. Yeah.